Okay, now this is for VTU Connect. This is straightforward from the way it's looked here. Okay, you need to put all these stuffs and things like that, which is what we need to do first, because these are the parameters that we actually need. Okay, so we are copying network. We go to our VBP portal. So what we need is network, not network ID in this case now. And what we also need is what? Mobile number, not phone. So we change that to phone. You don't touch the one in square brackets. You don't touch them for now, at least until we know what we are dealing with. So they don't need user ID and things like that. So we remove all those ones. And they don't need data code. Let's see what we need again. Okay, we need plan. So we need plan. Instead of that, let us put that as plan. So now what we have is network amount. I don't think we need amount there. So let's remove that also. So now we have the URL variable, we have the network, we have the plan, we have the also. Okay. Then header. Okay. So what do we need to? There's something you need to get. Look at your dashboard. It's there. You are going to see something that as long as this. Okay, just copy that. So you are copying this now. You are pasting it into our dashboard now, which is into our API, the token API key. So that's what we have there. All right. So I think from the look of things now, this part has been taken care of. Like we always say, you don't need to touch this part because you're not getting any balance out. That's that. Then what do we do again? How do we know the plan ID? How do we know the network ID? They've done that for us already here. I'm clicking that now. So they've done that for us already here. So we need to just get out the plan ID and the plan and the product code and things like that. That's the plan code and stuff. I think they did it to here. Yeah, the plan and product code. So that's what we are trying. That's what we are going to try to get now. ID from the dashboard. So you can see that we have here data ID, which is 6, network, which is MTN, depending on what we think we have or we want to use. Okay, so because the way they did their stuff is not even working, so I think we need to work with what they've listed here. So this should work. So what they've listed here should actually work. So now we have our ID, we have our network, and what do we need again here? I think we already have ID. We have ID. So yeah, network. Okay, then plan, network, plan, and mobile number. So the mobile number is the plan ID according to what is here. This is by data. So sorry, the plan ID should be around should be data ID, which is 6. Okay, then the network ID. The network ID. Wow. Network ID should be. Let's scroll down if you can. You should be able to find network list. Oh, fine. So we have network ID here, so which is 1 for MTN, alright? And 2 for Glo, 3 for 9 Mobile, 4 for Airtel. So I think we have that already. So 3 for 9 Mobile and 4 for Airtel. 4. So 1 for MTN, 2 for Glo. Let's just rearrange that to be sure what we need to do. Okay, now having done that now, having seen what we want, we are still coming back to this area because there are a lot of things we need to do here to make things work. So now having gotten here, then we need to change some things here. Now look at this code config sample below. It says that API amount, okay, data amount, API code, URL variable, what the user sees. Okay, now everything you are seeing here depends on whatever you've placed here, but the way you are going to arrange it. So whatever you try to do, don't ever compromise this position, the data amount, because that is what the VBA system would use to deduct from the user's wallet, or from the user's balance. Because if you put anything there, definitely you're going to be getting an error. That is, if you put anything different from what you're supposed to do there, you're going to be getting an error, and it can be disastrous that way. So one thing I'm just going to show you here is that, and like I've always been doing, I think I need to use a new thing here now. Okay, so now I have a new page here, so I'm copying everything here into that part so that you see how long it is. Okay, now, so having seen that, let me see if I can zoom in. Can we zoom in more? Okay, control. I don't think I have number key here. I don't have a number key here, so I'm on the system. I'm on a PC, actually, laptop. So right now we have this. So what we actually are showing you here is the format. So it will really affect. It will actually affect whatever is here. So that you can always leave it there the way it is. Then this is separating the networks. Okay, it's separating the network. You see that after a slash you find Glow. After a slash you find 9mobile. After a slash you find Airtel. Okay. If you've been watching other videos that we did to configure different APIs, you should be able to adapt DBP to almost any API that you come across. You should be able to adapt it, because it will just give you the sense or the thought of how it works. Okay, so now, like exactly the way it is, I'm just going to lay this under this first one. I'm going to lay it under yeah, this is the first one we have here. I'm just going to lay it under this thing here, so that we can follow. Now the API name is MTN. Of course, that should be a kind of a recognition, so it has to follow that the way it's supposed to be. Like, okay, MTN here, you get MTN here, then Glow here, then you have your Glow here. Sorry, your Glow. You have your Glow here. Where is it? Yeah, your Glow here. Then 9mobile, you have your 9mobile here. Then Airtel, you have your Airtel. Yeah. So that's just the way it's been arranged. So as you can see now, the API name, then the API amount. So in this API now, they don't require amount. So the best thing we advise you to put there is API code. Okay, is the API network code. Let's use that word now. The network code. That's what we advise you to put there. The network code. The network code. The network code. The network code. So now the network code for M10 is 1, which is what we have here. Right? Now the data amount that you are trying to configure. Okay? They are trying to configure. The data amount you're trying to configure is let's say let's check what we have here. So let's say we are trying to get where is the 6? So trying to get something for 500 naira MB, which is 170. So that's around 3-4. Okay, 170. Okay, 170 now. Yeah, at 170. So we have 6 for our data ID. Then our network ID is MTN, which we can find here as 1. Okay, so then network, what we are trying to configure now is for this one. So we are going to pick this data ID and put in 6 here. Sorry, I have changed the okay, yeah. So 6, because that is the API word. That is the API code. That is the API code, which is 6 here now. Alright, so that's the API code. Now the URL variable can be left alone. Right, the URL variable can be left alone. So let's leave the API code the way it is also. The URL variable can be left alone, then that way. And well, left alone, by left alone I mean let's just try to make sure that it is synonymous with the first letter here. So 11 200 6 1 500. So this is what the user sees. You don't need to change this since we are doing 500. So for 1 month, except you want to put 1 month now and say 1 month. Alright, so that's 1 month. So that's for MTN 500 MB SME. Now to add other plans to the MTN, of course you can see that there's always separated with comma. So comma again, then you follow the way it is there, and on and on. So I'm just going to join them back so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So now this one will remain 1 because we are talking about MTN. Alright, so how much are we talking about in this case now? This one says 295, and you can say okay, this is 300. You can say that's 300. Okay, then 1 gig MTN, you can say that's yeah, that's 1 gig MTN. So sorry, this is 7 in this case now. 7. So we have 1 because it's MTN 1, then we have 1 gig. So I think that's that. So I've just configured MTN. I'm going to configure Glow now also. Just 111111 like that. Let's go to Glow. Glow here now says we have 1000. Okay, let's do the lowest one. These guys are not even orderly. Okay, now this says 413 for Glow data. So now 413. So here now we are going to be having the name, sorry, the ID of that network Glow, which is 2. Alright, then the amount you want to sell, maybe we are selling that 1 gig for maybe 500, or let's say 450. Okay, then what was that plan code? The plan code is what? 37. Alright, which is the API code 37. So here now you can just put the 2 there. Okay, just for putting sake. Yeah, and that's that. So here also again you change this to 2. That's if you are doing for 2 gig, which is 2027. So you can say this is 850. Okay, then the plan the ID is 32. Then you have 1 here. Then you leave the rest that way. So let's go to 9 mobile. For 9 mobile now, I'm just doing the lowest one. For 9 mobile, where is it? Do you have any low one there? Okay, we have 440. So for this 440 now, let's say I'm selling at 450 also for 9 mobile. So 9 mobile is 3. And I'm selling 450 for 9 mobile. Yeah, this one. Selling 450 for 9 mobile. Then the name, the ID is 54. Then this one can be free. Okay, and this one will be left alone that way at 450, I think. So just change, correct everything, anything you see that is wrong there, because I'm sure I've made some errors, which is 450. Yeah, but one thing is that it should surely go, because what the user says will be different from is not really impacting. He's just telling that okay, that's what the user will see. Okay, so I think that's that for salad. Let me just put this as 3. Which other one again is there? Just 3. This one also 3. So you make sure that you change this one to the appropriate. Let's say 53, and this is how much? 9,100. Maybe say, let's say 92. Then I think that's that for salad also. So 92. Then for Airtel, we have 470 here, which is Airtel is 4. So this one too says 490. Let's say 490 instead of 500. Then the plan is 40. Okay, then we have 4 here also. Then This one would be 490. And how much are we giving them? 750. So I think that's that. How many voice validity? 1 month. So you need to note all these things so that it will be done correctly. I'm not going to copy this directly to our VBP because I think I've done justice to that already. So, but there's something I omitted, which is the slash here, so that we don't have errors. So now you can see that I think we've done everything correctly. So you can add the new the other packages that you find there. You can see how long the list is, and I don't think you would expect me to do everything that way. So I'm copying this whole thing now and I'm pasting it here just that way, the way it is exactly. So I think that's that. Then we can now save. But before we save, we need to know the success response of this and right now we don't even know their success response. We don't know, except we try actually with an actual money. Okay, so but let's see what we've just done. I'm saving that. Alright, so let's activate this, then go to the front page, and I'm going to rename that to something like that, so that we know that okay, there's difference in what we've done. So now that we have done that, let's now check the front ends API now. Duplicate. Yeah. Sorry. So we have that. Oh, great. So as you can see that we have this now. Let's now check here. Let's try to choose something. You realize that we have what we've configured there already. Okay. So we can try to choose something now and try to load data. But I'm sure it's going to tell us. Going to give us a not successful message. You can see that that's because of there's no funds in that account. Okay, there's no funds in that account. When you look at the account here, you realize that there's no funds there. So that's that. So I think I've just completed the data configuration for VTU KONNECT. So you can work on your own and do something nice. Thanks for choosing VBP, and we hope that you enjoy and make more money as you use our software. Thanks. Yeah, also something was omitted while we were completing the video, so I had to just remake this patch just to complete what we are talking about now. You can see that what we have here now is now different. Here now we now have the API amount, which is now in place of the API amount. So one thing we can do is that since we have the same thing here as we have the same thing here as the URL variable. So I think it's better we use the URL variable instead of using the API amount, so that it won't be confusing. So now we have the network, which is the URL variable. Alright, then so the API URL variable will always carry the network ID, which is 1 for MTN. Okay, as we have done it normally. So you know we have one here, we have one here. So which is the what's it called now? The URL variable. So here, if you want to remind yourself, you can remove this and change it to 170. It won't change anything. Okay, so that it will just maintain the API amount that it's supposed to maintain. Okay, so you can remove that and change it to 170. This one you can change it to 290, 285 as it is there. All right, 295 I think. I don't know, but as it is there, you can change it so that since we are using the other variable, okay, then we know that that's what we are using to identify our network. So as simple as that. So that's what I needed to add. Okay, so you can just correct it out the way I've done it. I've corrected empty and I don't want to correct the rest, so kindly do that yourself. So, and the only thing we are unsure of is the success code. So for you to know what success code it returns, you need to try that on what is called Postman. I think I'll have to run a tutorial on how Postman works, so that we all know that also. Right, thanks once again.